Major studios are preparing a new wave of AAA releases set to arrive across 2026 and 2027. These upcoming titles focus on large-scale worlds, refined gameplay systems, and high production values. Let's jump in and look at the biggest gaming experiences expected over the next 2 years. Persona 4 Revival takes place in the rural town of Inaba, where a string of murders and a strange TV rumor push a group of high school students into a hidden realm inside television screens. During the school year, players manage daily life through classes, club activities, part-time jobs, and social interactions that build social links with different characters. Inside the other world, the party fights shadows in turn-based battles by exploiting weaknesses, swapping personas for different skills, and triggering team-based all-out attacks to finish enemies. POLYARIS is a first-person survival game set in the Arctic after a nuclear explosion leaves an engineer stranded in a remote frozen region. Players travel across glaciers using skis and a boat while managing body temperature, clothing, hunger, thirst, and changing weather across a day-night cycle. The game includes looting, fishing, crafting, and encounters with polar bears, wolves, and hostile scavengers while the player searches for clues about the disaster and tries to escape the isolated north. Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet is an action-adventure game set thousands of years in the future, where bounty hunter Jordan A. Munn becomes stranded on the isolated planet Semperia while tracking a criminal syndicate. Players guide Jordan across the planet, fighting blade-wielding robots and searching for a way to leave. The story reveals the planet's past, its people, and a fictional religion, with combat and narrative built around survival, discovery, and the search for answers.
Jordan?
Tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around the Superior Moon.
Excellent.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Semperia. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just the right amount. I say, we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it. I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please claim him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Anyone else with all your fucking shit? Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
Brass Rain is a World War II shooter where players choose a faction and fight in crew-based battles across land, sea, and air. Matches include infantry combat, tank crews, bomber gunners, and naval teams, with both PvP and co-op scenarios based on major historical operations. Players use period weapons, uniforms, and vehicles, complete mission objectives, unlock equipment, and coordinate with their team to control positions and influence the outcome of each battle.
Finally awake. I recommend initiating a scan of your surroundings.
Blind Descent is a survival craft game set in a vast underground region beneath the surface of Mars, where a team searches for a missing expedition. Players gather resources, research alien life forms, and craft tools while building shelters that react to the surrounding ecosystem. The game includes climbing across dangerous terrain, managing environmental hazards, and gaining mutation-based abilities from alien organisms, with solo or co-op play focused on adaptation and base building.
Of the ecosystem is essential for long-term survival. Chance of escape non-zero. Chance of locating other crew members non-zero.
EverRail is a survival craft game set in a frozen procedural world where players travel on a train that acts as their base, factory, and life support system. Energy, heat, and battery levels depend on movement and upgrades, so managing the train is key to survival. Players go on expeditions by foot, glider, or drone to gather resources, clear dungeons, and rescue new passengers, then use what they find to craft gear, expand the train, and support longer journeys.
Any ideas?
Oh, I think I see an abandoned bunker up ahead. Yeah, scans show plenty of metal, energy, and maybe even rations.
Braking. Restart timer starts. You guys ready? Always, Cap.
Coming in, landing.
Speed's 30, 20, 10.
There, entrance.
Watch out, get down! We're running out of time, 1 minute. Got the stuff. Battery's almost dead. Get back now!
Yes, we're on our way.
Crafted what I could. And there goes half the battery. Let's hustle before it's too late.
Crew member lost. Select a new passenger to continue your journey.
Damn it. Another man down. But who will fill the seat?
Windrose is a survival adventure set in an alternate age of piracy, where players control a courier stranded after a failed job and forced to survive among pirate clans, empires, and supernatural threats. Players gather resources, build shelters, craft equipment, and recruit crew members to support production and combat. The game includes sailing ships, naval battles, boarding actions, and land combat, with Soulslite-style boss fights that require dodging, parrying, and managing weapons, food, and potions.
Tyndalston.
Samson is an action game set in the streets of Tyndalston, where the main character returns to deal with a growing debt and threats against his sister. Players fight in close quarters brawls across alleys, rooftops, and interiors, using momentum, terrain, and improvised weapons. Vehicles also play a major role, turning chases into ramming attacks and escapes. Missions use an action point system with daily quotas, law response, and skill upgrades, shaping combat and progression.
You can't outrun debt. You can't freeze interest. You can curl up and die in the street. Or you can fight the fuck back.
Greenfield is a story-driven puzzle platformer set on a deserted island facility linked to a fractured subconscious. Players move through surreal environments where memories act as physical obstacles, solving platforming challenges and environmental puzzles to progress. Different biomes are built around forms of energy such as combustion, hydro, wind, photonic, and magnetic systems, with abilities gained from strange technology used to reach new areas and defeat large mechanical bosses. Breathedge 2 is a space survival game where players take command of a ship and crew while dealing with dangers across multiple star systems. Players gather resources, craft tools, and expand the spaceship with new modules while traveling between planets and space zones. The crew has individual roles and needs attention, affecting ship operations and survival. The game also includes vehicle travel, combat against various enemies, and objectives tied to stopping a powerful space corporation.
He's no DJ, no nerdy botanic. Who is it, kids? The mechanic. The mechanic. Grinders buzzing, zoom, zoom. Daddy's fixing, boom, boom. He's manicured, it's dirt under nails. A cap and stash, that's how he sails. Polite and kind, not some street maniac. Who is it, kids?
We have looked into your past, and have seen nothing.
Edge of Memories is an action RPG set on the continent of EverRail, where a plague called the Corrosion mutates people, animals, and plants into hostile creatures. Players control Eileen, a soul whisperer who fights alongside allies while using a power that lets her control the corrosion within her own body. Combat mixes rapid strikes, special techniques, and ally abilities, with options to transform into a berserker state. Travel across varied regions, ride a Neckaroo mount, and take on battles as the land changes under the plague.
Prepare yourself. We are the last warning of the gods.
Exoborne is an open-world extraction shooter set in a ruined region where extreme weather and hostile factions shape every mission. Players enter sessions to scavenge resources, fight enemy squads, and extract with their loot while avoiding storms, tornadoes, and other hazards. Customizable exo rigs provide different abilities and tactical options, with upgrades and mods found during runs. Each session requires planning, combat decisions, and careful timing to survive and escape with valuable equipment.
Rising. Only the strongest can thrive. Chaos reigns. If they think this is the end of the world, Reborn, put on your exo and prove them wrong.
Over there! Gotta move!
Come on, let's go!
Lost Hellden is an action JRPG set in the world of Era, where people are bound to one of the 7 deadly sins and twins are born under a failed ritual. Players control a party of 8 characters, each with unique abilities, jobs, and skill trees. Combat uses a phase system that mixes real-time actions with turn-based commands, including elemental attacks, summons, and timing bonuses. The game also features equipment upgrades, dynamic weather effects, and a hand-painted 3D world. Neo Berlin 2087 is an action RPG set in a cyberpunk version of Berlin, where a detective investigates the murder of the police chief and searches for his missing daughter. Players switch between first-person and third-person perspectives while using weapons, gadgets, and special abilities. Investigations include scanning environments, reading behavior, and hacking into suspects' minds to access memories and clues, with combat and story events tied to a larger conspiracy across the divided city.
Even if this is a simulation, the pain still feels real.
Neo Berlin, what do I really know about it? She's like you. She needs your help.
I followed every thread, reconstructed memories. None of it fits.
You think you're solving the case. This is so much bigger. What if the case is you?
The world only works with order. Without order, chaos breaks out. It's out of balance and we must restore it. Do you understand that, Nolan?
Yes.
Nolan, what have you done?
Replaced is a 2.5D action platformer set in an alternate 1980s America after a nuclear disaster where an AI called Reach is trapped inside a human body. Players move through districts, industrial zones, and neon-lit streets using running, climbing, and combat mechanics. Fights combine melee strikes with ranged attacks, while story events uncover the secrets of Phoenix Corporation and the purpose behind the AI's creation.
Time is to come yet, to become our own savior. Be our own savior.
The castle has been sighted again.
Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement is a 2.5D action RPG set in 16th century England, where a demonic castle spreads monsters across the land. Players control two heroes, Leonard and Alexander, using a buddy system to fight enemies, solve traps, and move through a large interconnected map. Combat introduces new moves and abilities during battles, while crafting, cooking, and equipment changes improve strength and customization as the story reveals the origin of the conflict.
Horrors beyond your darkest imaginings. Beasts that defy reason. Creatures born of pure darkness.
Thousand Blossom! Die en jour! Disposez en deux, trois! Riga Dozoid! Riga Lancris!
With me! Cross!
Reaper! Tonight, we start our mission!
So you've come, dogs of the church, right into the palm of my hand.
7 years ago, the veil tore open.
Armatus is a third-person roguelite shooter set in the ruined streets of Paris, now overrun by demons. Players control the last warrior of an ancient order, using firearms and celestial powers to fight through dangerous districts in repeated runs. Each attempt grants new abilities, passive upgrades, and weapon combinations, allowing different combat styles. Death resets the run, but knowledge and unlocks help players push deeper into the city while searching for the Sunless Gate.
Equipped with our best, you will forge a path through Paris, long decayed. Together, we must reach the Sunless Gate. When we die, we will leave this place. But you return again and again. What are you, really? And why have you come? Is this our salvation?
Supreme Experiment is a first-person action-adventure set on a surface world where machines have evolved into their own society after humans retreated to towers above the clouds. Players descend from the city to investigate why the machines stopped sending resources, fighting hostile constructs, and searching ruined facilities. Gameplay includes combat, hacking terminals, reading logs, and using a neural implant that opens access to a parallel dimension linked to strange signals across the wasteland.
A new species, trying to survive, fighting for scraps, searching for truth. An abandoned, poisoned wasteland, crawling with creatures beyond imagination. Down here, humans don't belong. For those who left the city, it's a one-way ticket. But they go for a reason. This evolution of the machines was not random. just the machines. The people in the cities don't know it yet, but soon they will.
Lucid Falls is an action horror game set inside a lucid dream where players face hostile creatures while navigating shifting environments. Gameplay revolves around manipulating gravity, space, and time to solve puzzles and reach new areas. Encounters mix combat and survival, with enemies appearing in surreal locations shaped by the dream. Each area reveals more of the hidden truth behind the dream and the events connected to Lucid Falls.
Wake up, wake up.
Glory to the Heroes is a tactical first-person shooter set during the Russian-Ukrainian War, with battles based on real locations and military operations. Players take roles such as rifleman, assaulter, artillery operator, or driver, working in squads across large combined arms engagements. Gameplay includes trench warfare, drones, vehicles, resource management, and fortification building, along with realistic weapon handling, injury systems, weather changes, and both single-player missions and PvPvE matches.